Hey, so thanks for riding Olympic Special. Well, the 2014 Winter Olympics just started. I'm excited.
Yeah, I like those Winter Olympics. They're good. They're fun. I'm a big Olympics guy. I love to watch. Summer, winter, whatever they got.
You like it all.
Yeah, I love it all.
Yeah, I like them. I like the Olympics. I do. Lately, I think it started 4 years ago, where I kind of took a turn where now I kind of like the winter actually a little better than the summer.
Yeah, I really didn't think anything of the Winter Olympics until 4 years ago myself.
Yeah, I don't know. I just started I guess because I never invested much time before on the Winter Olympics, and maybe 4 years ago was the first time I did, and it's some real intense events. I feel
it's all speed.
Yeah,
a lot of it is speed.
I feel like there's more danger involved in these.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah,
I just think it's just more. It just looks better when you wipe out on the ski slopes.
Yeah,
in those moguls when they're wiping out like crazy, it just looks rough and intense. Even when they don't wipe out, it looks really intense to see them.
Oh yeah,
coming down those moguls or doing the ski jump. And now they've expanded the snowboarding into this new slope style.
Yeah, that stuff looks crazy.
Yeah, I mean it just looks dangerous and extreme. Oh!
Wipe out.
All right, I guess the jig is up. Well, so this is This is February 8th or whatever. This is the first night of Olympic competition.
Yeah,
we're doing this.
We're watching it right now.
Yeah,
actually.
so we have it on in the background. We're watching right now. It's I guess it's female singles figure skating. But yeah, so we just saw some girl wipe out. It's cool. She recovered though. They always do.
Yeah.
So for this Winter Olympics, which is taking place in Sochi, Russia, and they did something interesting. They actually built something of a theme park, which, as far as I know, is unique. I don't think it is a Olympic staple, right? Am I wrong on that? I mean, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really know either, but I don't think it is.
I mean, I think it's cool, and I kind of would like it if maybe they did that from now on.
Oh, that would
be
very cool.
Where you were expected to make a little amusement area at each country as you went, every 4 years, every 2 years between summer and winter. That'd be kind of cool. This is interesting though because it's as far as I know, like I said, the first time that something like this is happening, or one of the first times, is a rare occasion of anything, and it's a Winter Olympics, which is interesting. You think if they were going to do amusement parks with your Olympic park, you would do it in the summer, if anything. That would be the obvious association. So doing it in the winter is kind of interesting. I mean, I know it is a warmer city. What is it? So is it Sochi Park? Is that what it's called?
According to Roller Coaster Database, it's called Sochi Park Adventureland.
Oh, right. I've heard that name. Okay. Sochi Park Adventureland. Also known as Putin World. Apparently. Yes. Well, they're calling the whole Olympics Putin's Games, right?
Yeah, they are.
Because he, I guess, either paid or threatened a lot of people to get these Olympics.
But, yeah, he really wanted them.
Or did both, probably.
Yeah.
Probably paid off and threatened a lot of people.
And I'm sure he took a lot of the money that was supposed to go towards putting doorknobs in the hotel rooms.
The entire accommodations budget he took. Yeah. They did a beautiful job with the venues. All new venues for this, stadiums, arenas. The slopes look great. Plenty of snow. So I guess they trucked it in if they had to. Whatever they had to do. But yeah, I guess besides that, some of the behind-the-scenes aspects were lacking a little bit. Which makes you wonder how this park panned out.
Yeah, I don't know if I would trust the rides, honestly. It looks like they got legit manufacturers, though. They didn't try and do it on their own, which is good.
So it looks like they actually built a park.
The biggest thing they have is a Mack launched coaster.
All right.
Which I actually really want to see one of those things built here. I'm still waiting for that. Because I think one of those could be pretty cool. So, like a blue fire type
look
deal.
Pretty good, yeah.
They got foreign versions on this one.
Okay, what's this called?
It's called Dragon.
Oh, original.
They got a Vekoma giant inverted boomerang.
Uh-oh.
So that's going to give them problems.
And this is brand new.
Yes.
This is not a transplant.
I don't believe so.
From Modesto. All right, so you got a brand new, okay. I mean, all right, cool.
Called Quantum Leap. Kind of like that name, actually.
Quantum Leap?
Yeah.
That's the show, right? Quantum Leap.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
it a theme to that show?
Scott Bakula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Bakula.
And the third ride they have is a Mack Mouse.
Your basic original. The one and only original. Mack Mouse Jamboree.
It looks like it's the same model as Dark Knight at the Six
Flags
you're
basic.
parks.
You're basic.
Yeah.
So that's
Those are good, though.
You're basic. Yeah, they're good. They're solid. I'm very tired of them, but that's okay.
Yeah. So that's what Sochi's offering.
Well, as far as coasters, we don't really have a list of if they have anything else.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to find some info on that, but
yeah, I mean, do they have any flats? Do they have a dark ride?
If you know, write us.
Yeah.
Tell us. We would love to know.
We would love to know. We also wanted to go through a few other, because there are at least a few, maybe only a few, but at least a few other instances in American amusement parks of Olympic-themed rides. So come on down to our Olympic special. You're already here. The first thing when I think Olympics in parks, I think the first thing that always comes to my mind is Wild Izzy of Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Virginia. Ride is no longer there, but in 1996, in honor of the U.S. holding the Summer Olympics that year, they were held in Atlanta. Anheuser-Busch was a big Olympic sponsor.
I'm sure they
the
must
former
have been.
owners of that park. And so they did a Wild Izzy ride.
Yep.
And again, for those of you who don't know, which is probably everybody at this point, Izzy, Izzy, was the official mascot of the 1996 Summer Olympics. So Busch Gardens Williamsburg put in a Mack Mouse, which we just talked about. Depending on how this is edited, we may have just talked about that, or maybe we didn't. But at any rate, and this is interesting because it's, I don't know if you could pull it up on RCTB, but isn't it the first one? If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was the first modern mouse. Before that, the mouse coaster was a thing that went back decades, but they were built usually like wooden structure, I think, with tubular steel rails. And this, in 96, was the first of the modern mice. What we now think of as what a mouse coaster is. That Max, reignited the whole mouse craze with that one ride. And then it went from Mack built a bunch, but then you had Arrow, you had Zamperla, I think even Vekoma. I think most manufacturers ended up doing mice.
The Wild Mouse came back in the mid-90s. You're right.
So it was a Mack Mouse, the standard compact mouse. It was our first mouse ever. And I know, I'll speak for myself, I loved it.
Yeah,
I was in love with that ride. I think we all were.
Yeah. It was great.
We had a great time. We went on that so many times. We thought it was great.
Yeah.
We were, I guess, like the perfect age for it, and we just thought it was great.
Because it was totally unlike any other type of coaster that we had seen. Not that we had seen that many coasters at that point in our lives, but
true, yeah.
But still, it wasn't banked, or the turns weren't banked, and tiny little cars, and
yeah, the whole hairpin turn effect at the top, which blew our minds at that time, and we just thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah,
every every time,
every turn.
Yeah, we just loved it. We just thought it was so great. And they are, and those Mack mice, especially when they're brand new, are great. They're just so smooth. And
yeah,
quick.
I still enjoy a good mouse.
Quick little buggers. They're great.
Yeah,
and of course, following year they changed it to Wild Mouse.
Moss, yeah.
M-A-U-S, yeah, the German spelling. But they never really... they took the Izzy imagery off and the Olympic rings, but that was it. It was still the green with it was still brightly colored, and
yeah, they didn't
do anything else to transform it into Wild Mouse. They never did. And then eventually they, I guess for Dark Castle, they took it out.
It
lasted all the way till then, yeah.
They shipped it down to Tampa. And now it's still there. It's Cheetah Chase now.
Yes, it is Cheetah Chase. Fish Gardens, Tampa. There you go. Wild Izzy. So what else? What do you think of Olympics in amusement parks?
The first one that comes to my mind, you had Izzy. For me, it's Avalanche at King's Dominion.
All right. Good one.
Yeah, the Mack bobsled coaster. Another Mack ride. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that is interesting. Okay.
And... so that's, obviously themed to bobsled.
So that, okay, yeah, not, all right. So Izzy has like an actual direct, it was installed in 96 in honor of that year's Olympics held in the United States. In the case of Avalanche, it is an Olympic themed ride. Now, it was, I want to say 88.
You are correct.
Okay. I still got it. When I got to pull those facts out, I got them. So 88, was that even an Olympic year? Yeah, it was. That was when they still had Olympic and summer and winter the same year, right?
Yeah, that was Calgary, Canada.
Oh, all right. Home of the Hitman. But yeah, it's themed to an Olympic bobsled run. And it is a bobsled coaster, so it's perfect.
Yeah, the cars on the train are themed. Each are themed to a different country, and you go down the half pipe track. It's a fun ride. I like it.
Yeah, I do. I like the Mack bobsleds, and that's cool. Why not theme it to the Olympics? It makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean that's what the inspiration for making those rides is. So
yeah, right.
It makes perfect sense. And then speaking of Olympic-themed bobsled coasters, we also have Alpine Bobsled.
Right, at Great Escape.
It's currently at, Great Escape Park in upstate New York.
Right, the Lake George area.
That is an Intamin. So you have your Intamin bobsled themed to an Olympic bobsled run.
Yeah.
Which, again, very fitting. It's cool. And wow, is it not being maintained well? It is running like shit.
Yeah,
to put it bluntly,
kind of a rough ride.
Wow, man! I remember we were still waiting on the queue and watching each one as it came in for the final brake run. You could just see people's heads banging off the side.
Oh, that last turn was a killer.
Oh wow!
And the seats aren't comfortable, and it's just
no. And the paint job. They gave it a really cool paint job the last time they painted it, where they actually made it look like snow and ice coming over the side of the trough and onto the underside a bit, but then they painted it's like a purple color, so it looks like this ice comes to a certain point, and then there's the exposed bottom, but it's really all in the paint, and it looked really cool, but it's just peeling off in sheets now, as it hasn't been maintained at all, and it just really looks awful.
Yeah,
it's really a shame. I know that ride has been rumored to possibly be removed almost every year now for the last couple of years. So who knows if that's what's happening to it, but it's a shame because they can be good rides.
Yeah, and we don't even have disaster transport anymore.
Yeah, which was always my favorite.
Yeah, that's a shame.
bobsled run. Bobsled run themed to space. Themed to an outer space journey, which I kind of worked in its own right as well.
Yeah,
I felt.
I liked it, yeah.
I really liked that ride. And that's a shame. And so, but you have your Olympic theme one anyway.
Yeah. Well, I actually have a question for you. Would you rather have disaster transport or gatekeeper?
I would rather have disaster transport. I'm pretty sure I said that when we were there too.
Oh, you did?
I'm pretty sure I
I'm
did.
pretty sure. Yeah, it sounds like something that we would have talked
Something
about.
I would have said, yeah.
Yeah, disaster transport was kind of more of a fun ride, actually.
It was just a break in your day there. It was one of the only themed experiences that park offers. Closest thing to a dark ride that park offered. And it was just a nice, you could go indoor and do something a little different. Broke your day up.
Yeah.
So,
as far as coaster...
and that Pine Bobsled has a history too, where was it before? I always forget. Was that the one that was in Great Adventure? Or was that the Magic Mountain one?
Yeah, this is the one that was in Great Adventure.
That's the one. That's the Sarajevo bobsled.
Yeah, that's it.
So it was always Olympic theme. So its whole history. So its original location in Great Adventure. That one must have been the Olympics, right? Was it Sarajevo was the Olympic location? Whatever year that ride went in?
Yeah, 84.
84.
Yeah.
So they put it into Great Adventure in 84. Called it the Sarajevo bobsled. And that's what it was. It was an ode to the Olympics of that year. Bobsled run. So
yeah,
on our very own Six Flags Great Adventure, there you go. Olympic theme rides.
And as far as coasters go, that's pretty much it.
Right, which makes sense. I mean, it's the bobsled coasters, which just scream Olympics, and then the mouse was just a excuse to stuff the mascot on something from '96. But what about Anton Schwarzkopf's famous Olympia looping?
World famous traveling coaster, where they have 5 loops to represent the Olympic rings.
Or this year in Sochi, the four Olympic rings and a snowflake.
Right.
I like that new twist on it, but okay.
Yeah, it's good that they changed that up,
Yeah, I was getting boring.
Yeah.
I was getting tired of it. Schwarzkopf had a series of his traveling looping coasters from the 1 loop all the way up to 5. And yeah, this 5 looper is in Germany. I mean, we've both ridden the 1 and 2, and that's it. We never did make it to that other creation that apparently just breaks your neck. And
yeah, based on the ones that we have ridden, the 5 loop one sounds like a killer.
I'm sure it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, because you're just constantly upside down. I mean, but not necessarily in the best way. It looks like, because it's so compact and I don't know.
It looks like
really
the
intense.
transitions are questionable at best.
Yeah,
it looks cool though to look at it, just to see that he actually made
visually it's
the Olympic ring logo.
It is very cool
in coaster track form, and you can actually ride it.
You can ride the rings.
So it is cool. It is cool.
So there's also the flat ride, the Bayern Curve.
All right, another Schwarzkopf creation.
And we have ridden a couple of these.
Yeah, I've ridden a bunch.
I'm not sure how many. The one in Kennywood, I think, might still be Olympics themed. I'm not sure how many we've done.
I'm not sure.
Are still that way.
Were they all Olympic themed originally?
But they might have been.
Oh yeah, well my first one I rode as very young was at Great Adventure. It was called the Swiss Bobs.
Oh, the old Swiss Bobs.
Swiss Bobs.
Love that name.
And again, I guess it was themed to the Olympic bobsled run.
Yeah.
And I remember that. I remember, each car it was a different country. And yeah, so there you go.
The next time the Olympics come here, the Winter Olympics come to the States, Disney should do that. They should retheme Matterhorn and Space Mountain to
bobsled runs?
bobsled. Yeah.
Well, Matterhorn bobsleds.
But put
Retheme
the put the countries.
Oh, do country wraps on each
yeah.
one. Oh, that would be a
They
cool
should do
idea.
that.
Yeah. Well, Space Mountain doesn't make any sense, but I'm not
No,
gonna see
but
it.
you should do it anyway.
I'm not gonna see it really, but except when it breaks down and you go behind the monorail.
Yeah.
Not the monorail, whatever.
The people mover.
People mover.
Yeah. TTA.
Yeah, not anymore.
What is it
Now you're dating yourself.
Oh, I'm dating myself? Oh.
No, TJ is just went back to people mover.
Oh. It's not TNA?
No, it's actually
TNA
not as
Impact?
good anymore, right? It's just back to bland, forgettable audio.
Oh.
Just a guy talking.
Yeah.
They got rid of the whole TTA thing overlay, which was cool. They should have kept it. But yeah, anyway, so Matterhorn bobsleds. It's a bobsled, not really Olympic themed. Don't know that ever was, but is that it? What else is out there? Write us. Let us know.
Yeah. Seriously, we would really.
I'm
love to
sure
know.
we forgot. I'm sure there's stuff out there we're just not thinking of or just don't even know.
Yeah. Tell us about all the Olympic themed theme park stuff. What do you got? Send it in.
All right.
don't-
Talking to you. You hear me?
You know, all these other people think I'm talking to them, but I'm really just talking to you.
Whoa! Mr. Muffy is walking to the studio. Yay! So how's Six Flags Great America doing?
Well, no, sit closer.
It's really
No, don't sit behind. Sit closer.
Here.
It's a really nice park. Is this playing?
Yes.
It's a.
We're live. We're live, pal.
It's a really nice park. It is clean. They say it's the cleanest park in the world, right?
Who said it? No, you just said that.
They said it.
They?
There's a sign. There's
Who's
a sign.
they? You just said that.
There's a sign in the parking lot.
The cleanest park in
Do
the
they really?
world.
Cleanest park in the world?
Yeah, I have a picture of it. Did I
Are they
show
on the
you?
You
golden
did.
ticket
You
for
sent me a
that?
picture. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll show.
And you say it really was, right?
It was very clean because you know what?
I don't remember that.
Because
Do
they
you?
had garbage cans.
No.
That's why.
Oh, they actually
Yeah.
invested in garbage cans.
Because yeah.
Well, I don't remember if there was a lot of garbage about it. I just remember the place being really cluttered with rides.
Well, it's such a big
And
park.
annoying teenagers
Yeah.
Oh.
on there. Well, that was like the year we went during grad period.
Oh.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Was it June or was that an August one? That was June.
Yeah, we were still doing the June thing. back
Yeah,
then.
that was a mistake.
So yeah.
They're having their grad night.
Oh, I went for Fright Fest.
You went for Fright
I went
Fest.
for Fright Fest, which
That's
is
cool.
another nightmare. Because there are just so many people, so many. I mean, the lines were crazy. They're like two and a half hours for everything. So we had to pick one. We had to pick something, and it was raining. By the way, it was freezing cold, and it was raining. So we had to pick something. We went on to Viper because it was an hour and a half. It wasn't 2 hours. So we get there. We get all the way up. We get all the way up to the whatever. To the thing,
Station?
the station, and they have a really good system for the station because they only let like so many people into it. They don't just, it's not just a free for all, and then and
Well,
it
it's
gets
called
all-
Hold the Line. Yeah.
it works.
It's arguable whether that's a really good system, but
I'll tell you, it worked because it worked that day there, but so we get all the way to the station and we're like the second to next people up or whatever, and all of a sudden everyone starts screaming. Like shrieking, screaming, like pointing at the ceiling and taking pictures. And there's a raccoon in the rafters just walking through. I bet he probably thought it was another tree. Just
it was
walking
like
by.
20 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So I guess
Yeah.
he was looking for warmth.
Maybe he was looking for, and he was like, there's light in here. Let me just go towards the light and the warmth. And like screaming people with like cell phones taking pictures of me. But people were screaming. People were like flashing lights in its eyes, and it was literally, it was right above me. It was like right above where I was standing. So this thing, if it freaked out, it could have jumped down and bit me. I don't know. But this went on for a good 20 minutes. It was just frozen
20
there.
minutes.
It was just stuck because it was like frightened, and they had to get like whatever the animal control person in the park. I guess I don't know.
Well,
Some guy with a net. I don't
that's what
know.
they tell you. Yeah, it's just some first-year
it was
employee.
like some teenager with a net. I don't know.
Exactly. They hand them a net, and it's like, yeah, you're the animal control guy for the night now.
Yeah. But they so they got some guy with a net to kind of like, I don't know, try and get him to go the other side. So we went all the way to the other. We were at the back. We went We were at the back of the ride. So he went all the way to the front, the raccoon did, and somehow made it onto the tracks.
What?
And I'll tell you, there were people on the roller coaster. There were people already on it.
So they had to
seated.
stop operation of the ride during this whole scene.
They shut it down for about a half an hour because they couldn't move this raccoon. It was, I guess it was under the tracks. Like, I don't know. But they stopped everything. They stopped everything. And then I guess they just figured, like, oh, whatever, let's just run this thing over. I don't know. And they just went, and then it went. But it's interesting. You think, like, a raccoon, they stopped the ride, they whatever. If it was like a rat, if it was a mouse, if it was some kind of, ugly, gross thing, but a raccoon, it's like,
That's a pretty big animal.
yeah, it was pretty, it was like maybe a little guy, but I don't know. It was really weird.
All right, and
It was
then
a nice park.
so then how was X-Flight?
The whole experience was weird. The whole Fright Fest was weird because we got there. We went on like 3 rides total because there were just so many people. It was so cold, and there were people wearing shorts there. This is like Chicago. This is like people just don't care.
They're used to it.
Yeah, they just don't. They were like in like
They're cold,
bears, like a bear's, fleece and shorts.
The Bears.
And we were freezing. And so we were looking for something like we wanted coffee. They had like hot chocolate everywhere, and the joke was that like, do you want whipped cream or extra whipped cream? Like there was like no whipped cream. It was just like hot chocolate whipped cream or extra whipped cream, extra. But we wanted a coffee because felt like we were dying, also because they were cold. So we were looking for a coffee, and we finally found coffee in some whatever, and so we got our coffee, and they didn't have lids. I don't know why. They didn't have lids. So we just had this like steaming hot full cup of coffee. We walk right out into a fright zone. So there's guys on the trash cans like doing the whole thing. We're trying to hold our coffees with no lids on, like we just got them. Kimmy, my friend that I went with, she sort of freaked out and spilled it all over herself. So because a guy, they had them dressed up like lumberjack ghosts or whatever. And and they came with the chainsaws. They came at us with the chainsaws, seeing that we had the full cups of coffee.
Fresh, full cup of hot chocolate
with no lid on it. Yeah,
with no lid.
Yeah, they saw it. And they came right over.
Couldn't set this up any more perfectly. It's unbelievable.
And they just thought it was a good idea to come scare you.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, they're like, oh, cool. Like they could just spill us all over us and burn us. No.
Yeah, you should have thrown it in his face.
I know.
He's
dead. He's dead anyway.
Now, yeah.
Boo.
But then,
Yeah.
But then, what did we go? We went on another ride. I don't remember. Do you remember what it was? I don't remember.
You're asking.
Did you do Batman?
Yeah, we did Batman.
All right.
We did Batman.
The original.
Yeah, that reminds.
The original.
Yeah,
Batman.
that was good. That was actually good. There's nothing weird. Nothing weird happened on that. It was just a good ride. But then X-Flight. Okay, that was at the end of the night, and we got on like 15 minutes like before the park closed. It was like 10:45, whatever. And of course, we get on the line, and they announce that the ride is broken. It's whatever. And like, we don't know, man. We don't know. We think it's done for the night. We don't know. Like, they're making all these announcements. They have the guys coming around telling you. And then,
How close were you?
we were pretty close.
At
like,
that point.
It was like a 40-minute wait. We were
Did you already wait some before they closed it down?
a little bit, like 15 minutes. But
So you were toward the station, but you're still
yeah,
outside?
yeah. But a whole bunch of people left after that. They left the line, so we got up close, and we're like, let's just wait it out. Like, who knows? We have 15 minutes. We might as well just whatever wait. And guess what? They got it working again, so we went on it. And I don't remember it. It was fine. It was fine. It was cool looking. It was really smooth. It was like I went to sleep. I don't know. It was fine.
It was so thrilling. You went to sleep.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, maybe if I got to drink the coffee, I don't know.
Spill it on your face.
Yeah. But it was fine. There was one cool part where it like turned and
When you go through, it's like the keyhole element, right?
Yeah.
When you go through the bottom of the tower.
Yeah, it was like that was like cool. And the rest of it was just, I don't know, it was like just being on an airplane. I don't know, it was fine. It was like being on an airplane is actually rougher than that ride.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
The airplane with some turbulence
Yeah.
is more thrilling.
Yeah, it is.
I think that speaks to what the ride is. The wing coaster.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it certainly looks cooler from off the ride than it does when you're actually on it.
Yeah.
They just can't make those things too intense.
Yeah,
Just
it
can't
is
do it.
very bland.
Well, what was the
It's
point
a lot
of
of
it?
fluff.
Yeah.
What was the point? Just to make a cool
The
looking
point
ride?
is that you're off the rails. You're on the side.
Yeah.
There's nothing above you or below you,
Oh, yeah.
or
Yeah, it was
you're
fine.
kind of out there.
Well, that was Six Flags over Chicago. I don't know, what is that place called? What is that place?
Yeah, it's
Whatever,
Six
it
Flags
was
over
fine.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's
And it
close
was
enough.
clean. The parking lot at the end of the night was just
Really?
spotless.
The parking lot?
Spotless.
Yeah, you know, I don't remember.
I can show you
I don't
pictures. I
remember
took
really
pictures of
looking
it.
At it.
Well, we were
night.
so blown out.
We were so blown
That was a
out.
rough day.
I mean, I know it was really crowded when we went. We went in the summer.
Oh, that was very crowded.
June, as we said, and yeah, it was. So I guess that park's always crowded. Just every
Yeah.
operating
Yeah.
day, just
Yeah.
packed.
Yeah.
Let go.
I'm
All right,
getting
so
up
no,
now.
what
I'm
else? What
getting-
else
oh,
do you got?
That's it. That's
else
all.
do we
That's the
have to ask her
only
about?
ride I went on.
that was
Park
it.
I went to.
All right.
You know.
So that was.
Oh, we didn't do any of the houses because they want you to pay like.
Oh, that was what I
whatever
want
it
to
is.
ask. Yeah. So how was the front?
Yeah.
Did they have a lot
Oh.
of ghouls?
They did. They were themed up like they had the lumberjack ghosts with the chainsaws. They had some kind of like in the zones. They had some kind
So
of.
they had just few zones.
Yeah. And then they had one that was it was a walkthrough, but it was free. You didn't have to pay for it, and it was pretty good.
Oh, you did
It
that
was pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, we did. We Great Adventures free one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straw
It was
Man Stalkers.
Pretty bad.
I can't remember what it was called. I don't know. You have the thing. I give you that thing. The map.
Oh, you did give me the
the
map.
map. Yeah.
Oh, I put it
but
in
we
that folder.
kept because it was raining and it was so
Oh, I
icy.
burnt it. Oh, the fireplace. Sorry.
But it was raining
And it was
it
raining
got
the
really
whole night.
slippery, and they had these like they looked like I don't even know, like construction worker ghosts or something, ghouls. I don't know what they were trying to be. They looked like they had the hard hats on, and in this
So
one,
it was like the Village People was like the theme of the ghouls.
yeah, maybe,
Lumberjacks. And
yeah. But the construction worker ghosts, because it was so slippery, they kept slipping they kept slipping all over the place. So that one was gonna break his neck for real. Become a ghost. But they just kept falling. It was so weird.
Good way to break your neck.
They
Yeah.
kept trying to like sneak up on people, and they just kept falling. So, I know it was weird.
It wasn't snowing though. It was just raining.
It was just raining at that point. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Fast forward a month, and yeah,
Yeah. Negative 40.
Snow.
Oh yeah.
Negative 45. Actually,
No.
Oh shit.
yeah. Well, that's my review of the park. It's a nice place. I'd like to go back.
In the
summer.
summer,
In the
probably.
summer.
Yeah.
In the summer.
And actually, do
Yeah.
that, well,
Yeah.
even in this, you can't do everything in one day there. Though.
Oh, that place is a monster.
You need like 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice. It was themed nicely. You know, it was nice. Change of pace. I had really good chicken fingers.
So you ate there.
Just really good chicken fingers and fries.
Wow, you
yeah.
ate the Six Flags chicken finger basket.
Yeah, it was good. People were eating
Famous.
ice cream there. I don't know.
That's right.
Crazy.
The world famous. Did you get that crazy meal deal where it's like chicken fingers for $4
It's like $100 for 4 people.
and like
Oh,
4 drinks
no.
and
Yeah.
a big shitload of fries.
A big
A
shit.
big shit of fries.
big shitload of fries. And it's like $100. Yeah. All right.
It works out to be no cheaper than if you just get it individually.
No, it's just the price combined.
Oh.
You get no deal at all.
Oh, of course not. It's probably $1 more. That's typical Six Flags.
Yeah.
All right, so Six Flags,
Over,
Great America.
Oh,
I
that's
thought
what
it was
called?
over Chicago.
Six Flags over Chicago. We're changing the name now.
That's my review.
All right, Six Flags over
right.
Chicago.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
All right.
Muffy.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Our first guest. That was awesome. Well, I think this is the best show we ever did. I really do.
Well, that really turned into a radio show right there.
Yeah, this is great. All right, well, thanks, Mr. Muffy, and thanks for writing.
Hey guys, we'd love to know what you think. Post a comment or question on thanksforwriting.tumblr.com, or you can email us at thanksforwriting@yahoo.com. We're on Facebook too.
Facebook? What are you talking about?